House, which is probably 26 by 40, we're around $10,000.
A whole house? Wow.
And depend on what they done with it. We had one that about that size, where the basement of it was only like 11.5,
Mm-hmm.
and that same house today would be at least 100.
Oh, easy, yeah. Whenever I get insurance on my houses, they won't insure anything for less than 100,000 because they insure it on what it costs to rebuild it.
Plus that, the houses they build today, people don't want them little houses.
No,
They
they're
want
huge.
monsters,
Yeah.
mansion.
I can't believe it. And you know what's hard, Grandpa, is trying to find a woman that doesn't want a huge house. Every woman these days, they want a huge house in the suburbs. I mean, it's hard.
Yeah.
So I like little stuff. I like this little house. But I mean, you could have a whole family in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just gets bigger and bigger, and we burn so much gas and electricity. And that's what I do for a living. I mean, I work on power plants, so for me, it's good for my job.
You understand what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Why do people think they gotta have that big a house?
Yeah. And then they.
But on the other hand, at that time, as a journeyman carpenter in the union, I was only getting like $2.05 an hour.
Yeah.
That same carpenter today
It's like
is
30.
getting 20-some dollars.
Oh,
an hour.
20 or 30. Yeah. In the union, they make a lot. So. Yeah.
So, you know, but
Yeah.
I guess that's all right.
Yeah. So did you follow the election?
I'm sorry?
The election. The presidential election. Did you watch it?
Oh, I'm a little disappointed, but he can make it.
Maybe. I hope so. But it was a dirty.
I think my thinking on that is, for a while in the transition, all those senators and representatives and stuff are going to fight him.
Oh yeah. Because they don't. Even the Republicans don't like
He
him.
wants things moving too fast.
Yeah. He's radical. So.
But he'll either have to, well, they'll all have to give a little bit, that's all.
Yeah. So I mean, I have hopes that everything's going to turn out all right.
Yeah.
I didn't really care much for Hillary either. So.
And these riots you're talking about, that's political. That's professional rioters getting in there and leading a bunch of people.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
orchestrated.
Yeah.
So and then they film it and put it on the TV, and then it looks like a big deal.
The most of those riots has got to have a leader. The people themselves don't do it. But if they get one guy that makes a lot of noise, then pretty soon he's got a crowd following him.
Yep.
But it's been on our TV several times that these riots are caused by professional rioters.
Yep. Yeah.
Politics is really a poor subject anymore. I mean,
Oh yeah. I can hardly watch it. So it's just
They're-
nonsense.
all through the campaigning, you never heard anything positive.
No.
Everything was negative. You know, he's no good.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, how was your Veterans Day?
Good. Stayed right here and didn't get in trouble.
Well, yeah, I saw a picture of you back. I think it was before the Korean War.
Where?
Before the Aunt Myra, she had a picture of you in your Navy outfit, clear back in the Korean War. You're probably younger than me even. So, that was, and then I showed it to a guy I work with, and he said your hat was on the wrong way because it was back in the back and not on the front. So.
That hat's supposed to be down within a ½ inch of your eyebrows.
Yeah. So.
Well, unless they've changed regulations, but I doubt it.
So I guess you were somewhat of a rebel then, wearing the hat the wrong way. So.
One of the girls has got a picture of me with the next morning when I was kind of hungover too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I work with some guys that were in the Navy, and they tell me all kinds of stories about when they were on submarines or on ships for months. Just all guys, they would trade cigarettes and play cards and. I mean.
But I've read a part of a story about Korea, and that's where I was when I was in what they call the Navy Seabees. Construction battalion, in other words.
Okay, so you were on a ship.
No.
A big ship. Oh no.
No, I was building causeways, building bridges, building houses.
Were you building them for the U.S. military or for the people for the U.S.? Okay.
I went on in that tour in Korea. There was 12 of us went to Prairie Island, south of Japan, and built 5 new houses. With new furniture, mannequins, and everything in it. And then they dropped an A-bomb on it.
What?
Boom.
In Korea? I didn't think they had A-bombs in Korea.
There wasn't nothing left. Then later I went to Guam, to the Anderson Air Force Base, and that's what we were doing there, building houses for the depending,
Yeah.
for dependents, yeah.
For
So
the.
they could bring their families to Guam.
Oh wow. Yeah. Well, I know Guam has changed a lot.
Oh yeah.
Because a friend of mine, he works for an engineering company, and he was over there working on a new airport. They got new airports, tourism. I mean, it sounds like an okay place. So I don't know what it was like when you were there. Maybe it was a little bit.
It was.
Was it
there
peaceful?
were several little villages, but there were 3 military bases, and Anderson Air Force Base was the biggest one where they could land a plane, and that was. But I also went from there to the Philippines
Yeah.
on a similar mission, but I wasn't over there but 2 weeks.
No, I was there for 2 days in the Philippines, so you got me beat. Yeah, I just flew there. I saw a test on a power plant, and then I flew back. So all I remember was driving through the countryside, and there's just people everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, just everywhere on little motorcycles, and 5 people on a motorcycle. It was.
Well, when I was there, most of them were bicycles. There wasn't motorcycles.
Yeah.
But most of those now are just a little motorcycle, aren't they?
Yep.
Velocipede or whatever,
Yep. So. So yeah, I guess so when did you get back? When did you get out of the Navy? Was it in the 50s or in the 60s? Or?
54.
So. And then you came back to the farm, right? In McLeod?
Not at first. I worked in Lawrence 2 years as a carpenter.
Okay.
Then I worked a couple of years with Bud Moore here in McLeod, just around McLeod.
With Jim Moore? Or I guess Jim's dad, right?
Jim's dad.
Yeah.
Jim was still in school.
So, yeah, that's why I got a job with Jim, I think,
Yeah.
because he knew you through your dad, and when I went to work for him, he assumed that I knew everything, and I didn't even know what a rim joist. I didn't know what a joist was. One day he said go chisel those joists out so we can put hangers on them, and I asked him. I said, well, what's a joist? And he yelled at me and he cussed at me and I thought he threw stuff at me. He was an angry man. So.
Bud was a lot faster than I was, but he'd worked like crazy for 30, 40 minutes and then he'd sit down. And I would just plugging along all the time. But we got along okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I learned a lot from Jim Moore. That was good. There's no way I'd be redoing houses now on my free time if it wasn't for what I learned with Jim. So we built the whole house one summer. So
Jim's not as fast as he used to be, but he's what? In his 60s?
60, yeah, I think 60s. But I remember I was 14 years old and he could move quicker than I could.
Yeah.
Up crawling around up on roofs, and he was pretty quick.
I'm scared to death to do that now, and I used to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, climb up there and get on the plate and walk around over there and come back.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't even put scaffolding up. We just got on the roof and walked around. I mean, now I think about that, it's like that was kind of scary. up on a huge house with no protection. I mean, I could still do it today, but I think. But